Who knows? Yeah, I think I am. Hello. Hi, everyone. So it's Isaiah from IsayaBelle.com. And today I am coming to you live because I'm excited. You know, I'm excited. First of all, it's April. And for some reason, April sounds like fun. Yeah. Because it's maybe April's Fools and things like that. But I'm not going to make any jokes today because I'm not very good at pre-made jokes. So what I am suggesting to you today is you can have a card from this oracle, which is the Mythic Oracle by Ravine Lee Felon, who is one of my favorite painters in the whole wide universe. And today I'm going to be talking about Persephone, who is a Greek goddess, obviously. And so that's why I picked this oracle. Sorry, the box won't open. So if you want a card from this oracle for your day, week, month, whatever, just give me your first name in the comments and I will gladly pull a card for you. So this is an oracle of the mythic oracle of the ancient Greek pantheon. So this would include all the goddesses that are my best friends and obviously also all the gods. So for one day, I'm pulling cards with men on them. And that makes some sense because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. I'm going to be talking about Persephone and her very particular personality. Let's put it this way. She's not one of the 12 goddesses that live on the Olympus. She is not one of the major goddesses. She is the daughter. That's it. When I've said that, I think I've said mostly everything about her. She's the daughter. In fact, sorry, something in my eye here. In fact, in Greek, her name is not Persephone. Her first name, as in the name she had before, was Kori. And Kori, or Kore, if you want, it's written Kore in Greek. Kori in Greek means literally daughter. So she is named by her function. And her function here is being the daughter. She is the daughter of Demeter. If you want to know the whole story of Persephone, I am recording a podcast with the whole story, like fairy tale story, and it's going to be live on this Saturday, so in 2 days. But it's not ready yet, so in the meantime, let me just go and tell you a little bit about that. And why am I talking about Persephone? Just so that you know. First of all, because she's one of the two main goddesses that we are concerned with the springtime energy, and you know, it's really getting stronger now. We have flowers all over the place. So she's really one of the two goddesses with Artemis who really embody the spring energy. And I think it's really a good time in the year to harness these archetypes into our lives. And that is why I am inviting you to a free event, which is called Goddess Sunday. And it's Sunday, April the 11th. And it is a whole day for you. And the project is like this. I send you an email in the morning with a huge PDF, usually around 25 pages, with links to playlists and suggestions for journaling and many suggestions on how you can spend the day with yourself and with Persephone. So if you want to meet Persephone, kind of spend the day with her and yourself, obviously. And that is where the magic happens, basically. Because first of all, you get to meet one of the amazing 8 goddesses that I work with on a daily basis with my clients, and whose archetypes are really life-changing. And, you know, if I say so myself, the fact that, you know, the mere connecting with the energy of the archetype, the awareness of this energy in me opens up incredible possibilities. So if you want to do that free. Oh, and it's not finished. Sorry, I'm getting confused. In the evening, so in the morning, you get the email with the PDF, and there's also an invitation to an evening Zoom, and the Zoom is 8:30 p.m. Paris time, so 7:30 p.m. UK time, and it is a powerful invocation, energetic and yeah, basically archetypal invocation of the goddess, so as to really pull up the energy of the archetype into your body, into your daily life. And so that's the end of your beautiful Goddess Sunday. If you want to join, the only thing you have to do is click on the link that it must have appeared in the comments, and you can spend the whole of your Sunday, or less, obviously, with Persephone and with yourself. And I think it's really important, I should say that really as insist on that maybe, it's really important that we get to spend some time with ourselves. And so obviously the goddess is here is a pretext, but it's a good one. And what was I going to say? Oh, there's a replay. So you can get the replay on Sunday night, and then you can for a whole week, you can, if you've not got time to spend the Sunday that I decided was going to be your Sunday, your Goddess Sunday, you can divide the time in chunks or do it the weekend after that. Anyway, you have a whole week to access the Zoom replay, and then it disappears into who knows. So if you're interested, just click on the link, and the only thing that you have to do is give me your email address in exchange for this beautiful day that we had the first one something like 3 weeks ago. I usually do them around the dark moon, the face of the dark moon, because it's a good place in the cycle of the moon with which so many women are connected to. It's a good place. The dark moon is a good place to go inwards, and so to spend a day just inwards and being with yourself, basically, that is so important. And you get to meet Persephone as a bonus. So Persephone, I'm not going to go into the whole details because, as I was saying, you will get the PDF that says everything about her, or almost everything about her, on the morning of the Goddess Sunday. And you can also listen to the podcast, which will come out in about her story. But basically, she embodies the main story. So we don't have a hero story here. We're talking about ladies, right? So she embodies this energy of, I don't know anything when I start, and I end up being this incredibly powerful person when I'm finished. Basically, she starts as a maid. She, as I was saying earlier on, her name is Kori, which means daughter. So she doesn't even have a first name. She's just defined by her function. She's the daughter of Demeter and Zeus, and she basically is no one, maiden, like a blank canvas, and she makes no decisions for herself. She makes no choices. She's just bumped and pushed, and everybody, her mother first, then most of the gods, as a matter of fact, make decisions for Persephone, including her dad, obviously, Zeus, but also random gods like Hermes, or even I think Ares at some point has an opinion on what Persephone should do. So she's basically non-existent as a choice maker. She's although she's a goddess, right? And then what happens is she makes a tiny choice at some point during her story. And this tiny choice, she kind of changes direction at some point. Instead of going straight forward like she was supposed to, she changes direction. And what happens then in the story, and symbolically in life of any woman who would do some of the sort, what happens then is that her life is completely transformed, as in, like, she literally changes names. So she becomes another person. And this power that she has to become another person is it's literally, I teach, and I hope that women who interested by me teaching them or coaching them is what they're looking for, is to change their lives, because for more happiness and for more joy, for more ease, for more flow, for more. But to do so, Persephone has to make a choice. And there's many of us who are just floating there. And I put myself there because I was this person too. So if you're interested in meeting Persephone, really, I'm not going to go into the whole details here because obviously it's a long and complicated story, but there is this amazing opportunity with the Goddess Sunday that you get to meet her and see. Oh, and I forgot to say, she literally changes her life, changes her name, gets married completely. So she was this virgin blank canvas, and now here she is married. And who does she marry? And this is, so good. She marries Hades. And Hades is king of the underworld, god of the underworld. He is her uncle, but in the Greek mythology, we have all this family stuff that is not really PC, I would say. But Hades, being the god of, there's people. If you people want cards, I'm pulling today from the Mythic Oracle by Ravine Felon, who is one of my favorite painters in the whole wide world. Oh, and I forgot to show you some images. This is from this oracle indeed. And so if you want a card, just give me a first name in the comments. And these two, this is Persephone. So this is the maiden version of Persephone, right? Before the abduction, because there's an abduction. Her life is literally like a TV show. If you want to know the whole story, you'll have to listen to the podcast on Saturday. So the podcast, by the way, is called Isaiah's Inspiring Evenings. Comes out every Saturday, and a new episode every Saturday. And it's me rambling around so many subjects. And this is the second version of Persephone. And that is after she married Hades, because Hades being the king of the underworld, what happens is she becomes queen of the underworld. And you can see all the spirits around her. And hi, Sophia. I guess you want a card. Yeah, I will pull a card for you very gladly. If you don't want a card, just say so, because I don't want to pull cards for people who are not interested. So she is... she then becomes Persephone, this person that is queen of the underworld. So the underworld in the Greek mythology, in the Greek vision of the world, has nothing to do with the Christian representation of hell. There's no heaven and hell. All the dead people go in the underworld. There is no good people, bad people thingy. They all go down there, and their king becomes Hades, is the king of the underworld, and Persephone, being his wife, becomes queen of the underworld, which means that now she's in a position where she can... Oh, Paracalo, are you Greek? So happy to meet another Greek person. Yeah, she is there. She then becomes this person that is capable of speaking to literally, the dead people, so spirit. So she goes from this blank canvas of I'm no one to queen of the underworld, and that by making one tiny choice. So for me, she is so much of the embodiment of the archetype that we need to harness into our lives and make the choices and take the difficult decisions. Sometimes they're tiny, but they make such a huge difference. So let me pull a card for Sophia, who's been asking, and then I can get back to talking about Persephone. If you want a card too, just give me your first name in the comments. Sophia, you got Achillea in Greek. In English, I think we'd go for Achilles. Oh, I never know the English, sorry. My first language is French, my second is Greek, and English is only the third one. So anyway, the guy with the heel, that's him. Yeah, that's who you got. And his message is glory. So it's kind of I love these paintings. Aren't they beautiful? By the way, just a minute to admire the artwork by this Australian painter called Ravine Lee Felon. I cannot recommend enough her work. She does some amazing stuff. So yeah, glory for Sophia. Isn't that good? So there is obviously always with Achilles the fear of the heel, right? There is this part of him that is not strong, that makes him literally fail. So the idea here is we are you in this sorry, let me go there. You in this instance have got everything that you need for glory, including your flaws, including the heel. You can go there. And for me, there's also this vulnerability is a sign of the love that he carries with him. And so you can embody this hero who is vulnerable, loving, and still glorious. And you don't need to die for it. So I hope it makes sense, and I hope you like it. I hope it answers some of your questions. And obviously, we're talking about passion, right? Achilles is, really passionate about doing whatever he does. So I don't know if you're running a business, Sophia, or whatever you were asking, but it's really also a question of going full on, because we can't expect glory if we just dwell on the borders of whatever we want to do or get or have or be. So good luck to you. You've got Achillea to accompany you, kind of a strong personality. So I hope you like it. If you want a card too, good. If it makes sense for you, I'm so happy. You have a Greek keyboard. I don't. So I'm really happy to read some Greek. Yeah, if you want a card too, just give me your name in the comments, and then I'll go back to Persephone. Yeah, so for me, I'm a coach, right? In case you didn't realize, I'm a coach. I coach women, and I coach women through eight of the Greek goddesses archetypes, who I believe create a whole facet. Each of them, embodies one facet of our personality, and we need all of them to be complete. So we go and visit them with my clients and see if there is, some Persephone missing in my life, or some Demeter, she's taking too much space. And so we're trying to bring back some balance between those archetypes. And so Persephone for me is kind of almost the beginning of the journey, because she is she's symbolic of this young, inexperienced, naive, sometimes a little stupid person that I felt I was, for instance, when I started my journey into spirituality, into personal development, which is, I want something else. I know there's something else. Persephone keeps cutting flowers, she's like, oh, I like this and this and that. And she goes left and right, and she doesn't really know where she goes. And I felt I was a lot like that when I started 20 something years ago on my journey to where I am now. For me, she really symbolizes the beginning of the journey, and we have to almost go through her to understand her, so as to carry her in our hearts and say, you're sweet and nice, but now let me make a choice and let me become somebody else. So if you want a card, today I'm pulling from the Mythic Oracle by Raveen Lee Fellon. And it's an oracle that has gods and goddesses and heroes and heroines. So it's really a surprise for me. I seldom have oracle decks with men because I usually have all these goddesses things. I have angels also. But today, no angels. Today we go for the full-on mythic. So yeah, let me go back to my original subject, Persephone, because I get carried away. I can ramble. Persephone and her journey, which is to me most of our journeys are kind of parallel to the one of Persephone. And if you're interested to learn more and to experience how the archetype plays in your life and in your personality and in your body, and you want to spend a whole day with Persephone and with yourself, please, please, please just click on the link that is somewhere. And if it's not there, it means that I have to come and stick it when I'm finished talking, because I can't do it while I talk. This platform won't allow me to share links on 3 different places for some reason. So yeah, if you're interested, just click on the link and I will send you the email for the second of the Goddess Sundays, which is happening on April the 11th. And the Zoom in the evening was, the first one was really, really lovely. We had such amazing experience with invoking Gaia for the first Goddess Sunday. Sorry, I got lost. And then now you get to meet Persephone. So yeah, if you're interested, just click on the link. If you want to reach out to me, I have hi, I can't read your name here. If you want a card from me, just give me your name in the comments and I will pull a card for you. And I think, I'm going to pull a card for the replay people who sometimes show up, and for myself. So here we go. This is the card for the replay people and for myself. And no surprise, look at this. We have Persephone. I have been talking about her for 20 minutes now, so no surprise. And this is the maiden version of Persephone, and her message is Awakenings, which is very, very spring related message, and asks us to connect with the part of us that is still young, that is still tiny and little and just waking up, just unfolding, and to be sweet and tender with it, and to not crush it under most of the time under the horrendous so-called reality check, which is, this cannot happen. Please, please, please give your dreams when they're tiny, when they're just awakening, give them some privacy and some care, and do not crush them until they're not strong enough to resist criticism. Hi, if you want a card, Millie, is it? I can pull a card for you. Just say you want a card, because I'm not pulling cards for people who do not express the desire for it. So Awakenings for Persephone, and that's for anyone who watches the replay and for myself. And it's also connected a lot to the energy of spring and to the new things that are coming into our lives. And are we allowing them? Are we nurturing them? Are we watching them grow and enjoying them? Or are we just either crushing them or forgetting about them or not taking care? So that's what is suggested here by this card for anyone who is watching the replay. As for me, I will be leaving you and loving you very much, all of you, today. And I will see you, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, depends. Hi, from Africa. So interesting. And so, yeah, I will see you in either tomorrow or the day after, I don't know yet. And I will talk to you about the other goddess of spring, who you can also meet, because I have 2 free events next week. I'm this crazy person. So there's also an event about Artemis, but I'm not telling you anything today. You'll have to wait until tomorrow. And if you want to know more about Persephone, you can also go and listen to the podcast, Isaiah's Inspiring Evenings, on Spotify, iTunes, wherever. New episode on Saturday with Persephone stories. So that's it for now. I'm going to love you and leave you, and see you next time. Bye.